long before humans could even dream of gods. There was one who ruled over death itself. His name, Hades, the god of the underworld, the keeper of souls, the one everyone feared, but no one truly understood. To most, Hades was a monster, a cold, merciless ruler who dragged the dead into darkness. But that's not the truth. In reality, Hades never wanted to hurt anyone. He was just doing the job no one else wanted, keeping balance in a world that could so easily fall apart. While other gods spent their days bathing in glory and worship, Hades stayed alone, surrounded by silence, surrounded by shadows. And after thousands of years, even a god got tired of being feared. He started to wonder, why do humans keep living when they know they'll die? What gives them the strength to smile when everything ends? That question never left his mind. So, every few centuries, Hades secretly descended to the human world, not as a god, but as a man. He lived among people, felt their pain, and watched their stories unfold. And slowly, something impossible happened. The god of the dead began to fall in love, not with one person, but with humanity itself. He saw humans cry, laugh, fight, fall, and rise again. They were weak, fragile, and yet somehow stronger than any immortal being he'd ever known. Because even knowing that time would take everything away, they still cared, still loved, still tried. For the first time in eternity, Hades felt alive. But heaven saw it as betrayal. To them, gods weren't meant to feel human emotions. A god who loved mortals was a god who had lost his divinity. So they cursed him, forcing him back into darkness. And every time he returned to the human world, his memory of that love slowly faded. Until one day, he was reborn, not as a god, but as a young man named Alone. Alone was different, kind-hearted, quiet, and gifted. A painter who could capture the soul of the world with his brush. Every painting he made felt alive, glowing with warmth and hope. He believed that if he painted enough beauty, maybe he could make the world a little better. But destiny is cruel, even to gods who forget themselves. One day, a divine voice whispered to him, "You were never meant to paint life. You were meant to end it." And like a curse awakening, his true identity returned. The memories came flooding back, the underworld, the throne, the loneliness. The god of death had returned, inside the heart of a boy who loved life. At first, Hades tried to fight it. He didn't want to destroy the world. But the divine force that bound him, his role as the god of death, kept pushing him to bring balance, to end life again. And standing against him was his best friend, Tenma, the reincarnation of Pegasus, the warrior destined to stop him. They had once laughed together as humans. Now they stood on opposite sides of fate. When they finally met on the battlefield, Hades didn't roar like a god. He spoke like a man who'd lost everything. "Why do you fight for a world that forgets you, Tenma? Why protect people who will die tomorrow?" And Tenma, bleeding but unbroken, smiled through the pain. Because even if they die, the love they gave doesn't. That's what makes life worth fighting for. Those words hit Hades harder than any sword ever could. Because in that moment, he understood. Humans live because they can die. Every second matters because it ends. Mortality isn't a weakness. It's the very reason love and meaning exist. Hades could have destroyed everything, but instead he stopped. He looked at the world one last time, the sun, the sky, the tiny fragile lives he once pitied, and finally smiled. He lost the war, but for the first time he won something far greater, peace. They say that after the battle, Hades went back to his realm quietly. No rage, no vengeance, just a promise. To protect every soul that dies with love in its heart, not as a tyrant, not as a god, but as someone who finally understood what it means to be human. And that's why legends still whisper, even death bows before love.